Oh, windswept and not very interesting today. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's time for week number 3 for Mission Inspiration. So let me turn over to my overhead camera and I'll show you the prompt for this week and I'll talk you through what I'm going to do for my art journal page. So this is the prompt card for week number 3, Chaos. Amidst disorder, find the dance of creation. Embrace uncertainty, for within chaos lies raw potential. Like a storm reshaping the landscape, upheavals bring renewal. Release control, navigate the tumult with adaptability. In the whirlwind, discover the seeds of profound change, birthing a harmonious order. Love it. So that is the prompt card for this week. Don't forget, you can print these, cut them out, and then fold along the dotted line and then stick them together to create an oracle card using these images. So these are also available over on my blog as well. So if you don't do Facebook and you always wanted to have a go, and pop across to my blog, which is on the website. There's a link in the description area below, and you can also download these and use and keep forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, so that's chaos. So what does chaos bring to mind? Well, the first thing that sprung to mind for me was Jackson Pollock. Yeah, splattery kind of lose control kind of art journal pages. I'm going to do something a little bit similar to that, but not quite. So let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Not so far as you see the edge of my desk. As you can see, I've got a few implements there. Cup of coffee, obviously. My colour palette today is going to be greens and oranges. So it's going to be, I'm going to take the orange from the highlight in the graphic, but instead of blue, because I used blue last week, so I'm going to use green this week. So green and orange, which I think is a nice harmonious colour. Right, let me just put that coffee to one side. So the chaos aspect for me is going to be the unpredictability of things that you can't really control, like splatters, like Jackson Pollock. So I'm going to use my jelly plate, which I haven't used for ages, because you can never tell what you're going to get with a jelly plate. So I'm going to turn it upside down so it grabs. In fact, should we do it that way? So it's going to sit on my work surface and it's not going to move. But of course my work surface is going to move, isn't it? I really need to tape him back down before I do anything. Right, let me just tape this back down again because it's moving all over the place, and I'll be right back. Right, so all 4 corners of my little mat are stuck back down again. I have got air bubbles underneath, but do you know what? It is what it is. It's a jelly plate when all's said and done. I've kept mine stood upright. So of course it's bent a little bit, and I've had this jelly plate for ages and ages and ages. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a mark on that piece of scrap paper about there, and I'm going to just trim that off. But yes, it's about time I invested in a new jelly plate, don't you think? Right, so we have, yeah, that's going to be perfect size on that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the colours, and I'm going to do it light to dark. Or shall I do it dark to light? Yeah, let's do it dark to light. So I'll just give them all a quick shake, because I don't want the binders. So just a couple of drops. So this is going to be the base layer. And then I'm going to add in a lighter green, just for that little bit of contrast. There we go. And then I need some scratch paper just to run off my brayer. I'm running out of space on my desk here. Right, let's use Let's use a really, really old brayer that's got bumps that I never cleaned. Do I ever clean anything, ever? Not really. All right. Okay, so that's going to be kind of like the base layer. I really don't use my jelly plate enough. Just give it a little bit of a push. Just leave it a minute or two, or a few seconds anyway. Right, then let's give it a peel and see what we get. Okay, the first layer. Just give this a quick clean up. Oh, would you look at that? I've run out of cloths. Oh no, right, be right back. Jelly plate's now cleaned up again. So that was the first pull from the plate. So we have got some lovely lines where the brayer has made. We've also got a few splodges, lots of variations in colour, and some of that nice kind of white that's showing through as well. So we're going to do another layer. So again, like we've always said, you can't predict how these things are going to turn out. So this is perfect for chaos. I've got some kitchen towel because this is going to get messy. Well, for me anyway. I've already got paint all over my fingers. So let's just add some of that lovely green. And then we'll bring in the other green this time. I don't understand why these paint pots always get like an accumulation around the nozzle. Okay, so let's add some of that. So let's start spreading that colour around a bit. Oh, look at that. So we're getting a few legs, but that's okay. Legs are good. Okay, so let's just get rid of whatever's on there. And then before we go any further, I'm going to do a little bit of mark making. So just using a ruler, I'm going to do some lines. Okay, so we have to be quick because it's quite warm in the house today because Ian's got the heating on full blast because it's cold outside. There we go. I use the same piece again. This is going to get torn down, so I'm not worried too much about the edges. And I'm just rubbing with my thumb. So I could actually just wipe off the excess around the edges now if I wanted to, but I am certainly not the great jelly printing wizard. I don't do it often enough to be classed as anything other than an enthusiastic amateur. There are lots of other people out there that are far, far, far better at jelly printing than I ever could be, because they do it more often and they practice. Which is something that I don't do, so I don't have time to practice really, which is a shame. Okay, let's carry on the cleanup and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit lighter this time. So this is buttermilk. Buttermilk. Let me just focus again. That better? I think you can read that now. Just giving it a quick shake. And then I don't think there's a lot in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to grab a piece of scrap card, bit of corrugated cardboard, that'll do, and that can go as the next layer. Chaos, the name of the game. Okay, so once again, quick. This water's rubbish. It is water, trust me. Right. Alright, so for the next layer, you can start bringing in that orange. In fact, let's bring in that dark orange first. And I'm going to put it onto the mat. I'm going to get some water. And I'm going to splatter so we're really channeling Jackson Pollock. Okay. I'm only just cleaning that up because I know I'll end up getting my hand or my elbow or something in it. Alright, so let's bring that back in. No control at all over where or what happens once this paper goes down. Just do it real quick. And then lift. Excellent stuff. Right, so we'll let that dry for a second or two while I clean up. I've got another water bottle somewhere. There we go. Let's see if this is any better. No. Excellent. All right, I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time with the other colour. So just a little bit. Wash the brush. Hello. He's just coming from the garage. Busy working today. Come up and say hello while I'm filming.
I do apologise.
Hey, it's all right.
I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I was going to film this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I thought, seeing as I've got a little time before lunch.
Oh, I like the background. Jelly, is it jelly printing?
It is a jelly print today. This is Chaos. That's the prompt.
No, that's in the garage. That's Chaos.
Yeah, we're doing Chaos today, so I thought I would relinquish... I can't even say it.
Relinquish control of your mouth.
That's already happened. Yes, I'm going to relinquish control over where and what happens. So I thought the best way to do that
With jelly print.
is do a jelly print. Not only do we do jelly prints, but we're also doing splatters.
Splatters and jelly print.
Yeah, so we're doing randoms.
I've never seen this done before.
Well, this jelly plate is very, very, very old.
Gosh.
This jelly plate predates the house.
What, ever?
Yes. I've had this for nearly 10 years now, I think, when it first came out. The house is only, what, 6 years old?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So, we're just building up in layers.
Yeah.
So, darker in the background, but we're going dark to light.
Yeah.
So, as we build up. But now, we've got that colour, I can now introduce some more dark.
Wow, that is clever. So you're building layer upon layer?
Yes. So, but I've got these water bottles are rubbish. Oh, there's just...
Oh.
They don't pop back up again quick
No,
enough.
I've got one like that in the garage. Or garage.
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 Oh, that's brilliant.
So, yeah, so now we're going to go do some more mark making, but this time with darker colours.
So you start with light.
Well, no, you'd start with dark and
Yeah.
then build to light. Or you can start with,
All right.
with light and start and go up to dark. It's up to you.
That is very clever.
It is. Right, so next.
I'll leave you to it.
Okay, so
Goodbye, everyone.
I'll see you in a little while.
Yeah.
Is it lunchtime soon?
About an hour.
Okie dokes. Right, so what I'm going to do is bring back some mark making with that darker colour. So this time I'm going to put the paint to the side and then using the cardboard we can make some interesting cardboardy marks. Bearing in mind, not all of these will be seen because the paper's not big enough. But like that, okay. So let's bring this back in. Let's do it that way. Just because some of these aren't even dry yet on the sheet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Use that brayer just to put a bit of pressure back down. Like I said, you're not going to see the back anyway, so it doesn't matter how messy and dirty the back gets. And then let's pull that up. Oh, like it. All right, so again, clean up. Go through a lot of kitchen towels with this process. Okay, so now we've gone dark, I think we'll go light. So let's do some light splatters next. So let's just grab some white. Sorry about that. Things falling off. Some white gesso. And we'll do the same thing that we did with the oranges with the white. Oh, look at that. No control whatsoever, whichsoever, as to where those splatters are going to land or what they're going to do. So, chaos, karma, fate, or just blind luck. Whichever way you want to think about it or look at it. Actually, that's still a bit wet. Let me just quickly give it a blast. Right, so hopefully they're not going to squidge too much. You could just spend an entire afternoon or an entire day just creating backgrounds. Love that. Love it a lot. Okay. Baby whites are probably the best thing for this, but I've run out. And I've been to the supermarket this morning and I should have got some more, but I forgot. All right, so that's the background so far. Just want to add a little bit more mark making. So I'll just move my coffee a moment, which is an excuse to have a slurp. Grab the brush, and I'm just looking at, I've got a little tub of little plastic lids and things. That would be, that normally I use for mark making. There's catalyst tools and all sorts, but I can't seem to put my hand on. Oh, there they are. There they are. All sorts of accoutrements for mark making. So let's have a look. Lids. Let's add in some random circles. So again, with this kind of mark making, you never know how the circles are actually going to imprint. Whether they're going to be full or proper outlines. Chaos, utter, I like it. like bubbles. Do you know what? I think that'll do. Just clean those lids off. So is there anything else in there? Oh, there's a really, really tiny one there, look. Is that smaller or larger? Thinner, maybe. It's the cover of a brush. What else have we got in there? Mostly just lines. I think that will do just for now. So let me get that dried off. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do is just to incorporate a little bit of stamping. So what I've done is I've placed some double-sided tape on the back of my stamp so that when I push it onto my fingers, it's going to stay there. It's not going to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some ink and I'm just going to randomly and just put the ink back. Because you never know what you're going to get. Just go back over that one. That's it. Yep, that'll do. Don't need a lot. I think I'm happy with that, so I'm just going to give it a quick blast, get it all dried off, and then we'll be ready to add that to our journal page. Everything's dry, so what I'm going to do now is I've brought back the art journal page that it's going to get stuck down to. So I'm just going to line it up a little bit, and then I'm going to rip the edge. Again, allowing chaos to take control. So if I flip that to there and then run that again, and then I can take a small piece off the end. Like so, and then do the same thing just to get it to fit. So about there will do. Excellent stuff. Liking that. So let me just have a quick tidy up and then I'll be back. Okay, so everything's dry on the page. We've had a little bit of a tidy up. I'm just going to add some double-sided tape just to the back of the page, just to hold it in place. So nothing's been measured. Everything's just guesswork. There we go. So let's get that stuck down Right, so that is now stuck down onto the art journal page. And now I've printed off a little quote just to go with the saying, just to go with the prompt. And I'm just going to, I've just printed it onto a sticker. It's just on a label. But I've used a kind of really old-fashioned font. And I'm just cutting everything out randomly. I'm not right, that's one. So I should really try and get that in shot, shouldn't I, really? By the time I get all this probably cut out, there'll be no sticky left on the label at all. Right, that's one bit. I'm just hacking bits off. Not really being all that careful. Okay, that should do, I think. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them towards the bottom. So it says, embrace the uncertainty and relinquish control. I'll grab my pen and then we'll go sketchy, not even trying to do it carefully. So I'm also going to add a sketchy border. Just to kind of finish it off. Nothing considered. I'm just going to embrace the uncertainty. Relinquish control. There we go. So, can't remember, did I sign the other ones? Where's my other sheets from the journal? I don't know what I've done with them. Where is the journal? Oh, it's over there. So, I did do the covers of the journal. If you missed me doing the covers of the journal, then you can wait till the end of the video and then there'll be a link to the last one uploaded and that will be it. So yes, that's my grungy art journal. So I didn't even sign that first one, but I did the second one. Right, okay. So we will sign it. So, but I think I'll sign it in that corner there. And today's date is, do you have no idea? Is it the 20th today? It is the 20th. God blimey, we're losing track. There we go. So the last thing I need to do then is get that stuck onto the back. So we know exactly what the prompt was. I could just use glue, but I don't want it to buckle too much. There we go. So that can go, yeah. So week number 3. So I can now add that to the journal. Shuffling them all back into the middle. There we go. So that was week number 1, week 2, and chaos being week number 3. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this art journal page for this week's Mission Inspiration. Don't forget, if you'd like to join us over on our Mission Inspiration Facebook group for the weekly prompts, then that is the URL on the screen, but there's a clickable link below the video. So that's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.